One of the hard parts about being a dividend-focused YouTuber is trying to appeal to the many different kinds of dividend investors out there. Well, in my attempt to do just that, welcome back to the Power 5 Stocks of the Week. Here, I will present the leaders each week in the following categories: Dividend Yield, Dividend Streak, Dividend Growth Rates, 10-year returns, and the percentage off of the 52-week high. The only requirement for consideration to be on this list is that you have to beat the S&P 500 over the past 10 years and have a dividend streak of at least 5 years. If that's got your interest, let's jump right into this week's list. The winner this week for the highest dividend yield is NiSource, stock ticker NI. NiSource is a quarterly payer in the utility sector, paying $1 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 3.63%. NiSource has been growing and paying their dividend over the last 6 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 5.53%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 6.08%, and a payout ratio of 60.17%. NI has an ex-dividend date of February 6th and a payout date of February 17th. And a single $10,000 investment in NI 10 years ago while only reinvesting dividends since then would have turned into $35,584.21, which is a 13.53% year-over-year return rate. And as always, that's compared to the S&P 500 that turned into $32,570.44, which is a modest difference of $3,013.77 over just the last 10 years. This week's leader for the longest dividend streak is Parker-Hannifin, stock ticker PH. PH is a quarterly payer in the industrial sector, paying $5.32 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 1.66%. PH has been paying and growing their dividend for the past 67 years, and they have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 13.87%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 13.72%, and a payout ratio of just 24.6%. PH has an ex-dividend date of February 9th and a payout date of March 3rd. And that $10,000 investment in PH 10 years ago while only reinvesting dividends since then would have turned into $40,824.47, which is a 15.1% year-over-year return rate. Once again, compared to the S&P 500 that turned into that $32,570.44, which is a difference of $8,254.03 over the last 10 years. The leader this week for the stock with the best dividend growth rates is FS Bancorp, stock ticker FSBW. FS Bancorp is a quarterly payer in the financial sector, paying $1 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 2.95%. FS has been growing and paying their dividend over the last 10 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 35.03%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 30.06%, and a payout ratio of just 21.08%. FSBW has an ex-dividend date of February 8th and a payout date of February 23rd. And a $10,000 investment in FSBW 10 years ago while only reinvesting dividends since then would have turned into $55,882.04, which is an 18.77% year-over-year return rate. Again, compared to the S&P 500 that turned into that $32,570.44, which is a great difference of $23,311.60 over the last 10 years. Before we get to the last stocks that lead all stocks in 10-year returns and the stock that's currently trading at the biggest discount, please make sure you guys are hitting the like button if you guys are enjoying the video, subscribe and ring the bell to stay up with all of my dividend related content, and comment down below and let me know which of these categories is your favorite and why. But now, let's get to the final 2 stocks of the week. The stock leading the pack with 10-year returns this week is Nexstar Media Group, stock ticker NXST. Nexstar is a quarterly payer in the communication services sector, paying $3.60 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 1.76%. Nexstar has been paying and growing their dividend over the last 10 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 26%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 24.58%, and a payout ratio of 12.17%. NXST has an ex-dividend date of February 9th and a payout date of February 24th, and a single $10,000 investment while only reinvesting dividends since then would have turned into $171,635.65, which is a 32.87% year-over-year return rate. And you know, we compare that to the S&P 500 that turned into $32,570.44, which is a wild difference of $139,065.21 on just $10,000 just 10 years ago. And now we get to the stock that's trading the highest off its 52-week high, and that stock is Paychex, stock ticker PAYX. Paychex is a quarterly payer in the technology sector that's paying $3.16 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 2.8%. Paychex has been growing and paying their dividend over the last 13 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 7.79%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 9.56%, and a payout ratio of 69.76%. Paychex has an ex-dividend date of February 8th and a payout date of February 23rd. And a $10,000 investment in Paychex 10 years ago while only reinvesting dividends since then would have turned into $47,516.47, which is a 16.86% year-over-year return rate. And once again, that is compared to the S&P 500 that turned into that $32,570.44, which is a difference of $14,946.03 on just $10,000 just 10 years ago. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, all the stocks in today's video have not only beat the market over the past 10 years, but all of these stocks have a dividend streak of at least 6 years as well. I'm very curious to know if anybody watching actually owns these stocks and how they've done for you, so let me know that in the comments down below. And if you happen to miss my last video, I'll link that right here, where I go over all 40 stocks on the CCC list that increased their dividend last week. But until next time, see you.